Okay. And we here now. It's going down this morning on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. How y'all feeling today now? Yeah, this is how we break it down. It's the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Father's Day, Father's Way, baby. A Father's Day, Father's Way, baby. Let's get into this whole thing. We're gonna talk about Father's Day today. You know, it's the elephant in the room. It's not even really the elephant in the room. This is Father's Day. You know, that day that comes second fiddle to Mother's Day every year. That highly emotional day where we lose part of our day because some of us didn't represent in the eyes of the others. And I'm doing this for my brother's day. Father's Day, Father's Way, baby. Yeah, Urban Therapy with Sun Show Sunday. Let's get it popping. And it's gonna be y'all right, yo, dad. It's gonna be y'all right. Do your thing now. Everything is gonna be y'all right, and everything is gonna be y'all right. Be a real dad. Everything is gonna be y'all right, and everything is gonna be y'all right. Yo, we work it out. Everything is gonna be y'all right. You a dad and a father, no doubt. Yeah, I'm out. Actually, I'm just here, and I'm glad to be here. Emily Dunlap is in the house. How you feeling, ma? How you doing? Let's get this thing popping, no doubt. Father's Day, Father's Way. We're gonna get into this whole Father's Day thing. You know, but it's bigger than Father's Day. We talking about fathers on the whole, and particularly fathers, black fathers in particular. Black fathers in particular. So let's get this thing popping. So boy, Bill didn't destroy. How you feel? Ma, it's good to see me. Some you know that is true. Word. Yeah, y'all. So what I mean? This day could get emotional. This show could get emotional. But then again, it might not, But we gonna get through it. Everything is gonna be y'all right. Thanks for the Father's Day shout out, y'all. Thanks for the Father's Day shout out. Shout out to Boy Build and Destroy. I appreciate me. Some you. Thank you. Yo. Word up. Father's Day, Father's Way. We used to do this show, but I'll get into it. We're gonna get into it. We got time. We're gonna get into it. We got time. We're gonna get into this whole thing. We're going to hear the father side of the story. Whether it's just me talking about it, hopefully some of my brothers call in and we can settle the score on some of these things. Because I come from a long line of fathers who tried and good fathers. So hopefully that shines through. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Sunday from 11:30 till around 1 o'clock ish. And the reason that we say one-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday. And it is Sunday, Father's Day, the 21st of June. And the first day of Cancer, the sign of Cancer. They coming, they crawling on up in here, snapping on up in here. It's time to get it popping. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth. We push each other on the swings. We push each other up the sliding board. We play on the merry-go-round in the sandbox. We play on the what do you call the monkey bars. We just have a good time. We take an introspective look into our own personality and our own being, our own human self, and try to project ourselves out into the rest of this universe and try to find our way through this thing that we call life. I am your host, Son 752, aka Omar with the rrr. And if you can't say Omar with the rrr, well, then you just say Omar with the R's. The Urban Therapy with Sun show this Sunday morning. So let's talk about it. Father's Day, Father's Way. You know, we start talking about black fathers. We have something to talk about. It's funny how in the black community we could talk about the differences in the way that we were raised by our fathers all day long. We could go on for days. We could go on for years. We could talk about it over smokes. We could talk about it over beers. We could eat it with green eggs and ham, or just 2 pieces of Wonder Bread and Spam. Oh, damn. But anyway, Father's Day is an anomaly. It is an anomaly in our community, with us, with our people. Father's Day is an afterthought for many of us. It's like, it may be a day of reflection for many of us. Like when you think about your father, when you think about Father's Day, a lot of people don't have good experiences to speak about, but this may be a day that we may, look on with some semblance of forgiveness. And the funny thing is, for our community, many of us have resentment towards our father for not being there. And so a day like this, many of our black women have declared themselves fathers. Now that's something that a lot of other women and especially men don't appreciate. Like, we only get one day per year, and we can't even have that all to ourselves. But that shows you the hurt that is there, the hurt that is among our people who didn't get a chance to be raised by their fathers, and they feel some kind of way about it. And we can feel any kind of way about it that we want, but it's something that we have to deal with, and it's something that we can't just sweep under the rug. It's not sweet like that. It's something that we have to confront head on, and something that we have to try to reconcile. And it's a shame that we have to reconcile the relationship with somebody that is responsible for birthing us into this world. Now, many people will even say, well, your father didn't have anything to do with birthing you into this world. That's what your mother did. There are no mothers without fathers. I'm not trying to be arrogant or trying to cement my spot. My spot is already cemented. You are a live living sperm that is living inside of the reproductive system inside of your father before you ever take your live sperm self and beat all the other millions of sperms and reach that egg and fertilize it. That is you. You are your father's child. That's a fact that many people resent. They don't like that if they don't have a good relationship with their father. And some people have a problem with that even when they have a decent relationship with their father. But it shows you something. It shows you the lack of credit that a lot of men who are fathers receive. The lack of credit. Like, you ain't getting no credit. You're not worthy. You're not worthy. You're not worthy. What's going on, Carol Chamberlain? Mi favorita is all up in the house. It's good to see me some you. Yes, it is. Yeah. And Monica Queen Monica D40. How you doing? Thanks for coming on through. I appreciate it. Make sure y'all hit the like button on y'all way in here. Hit the like button. And make sure y'all share the show, and make absolutely sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel thus far. So let's get it popping. Peace to all my Instagram people. So Father's Day, Father's Way. Father's Day, Father's Way is actually a series for people who have been rocking out with the Urban Therapy with Sun show since its inception in 2009, which was actually the Sun Always Shines show. We've been doing Father's Day, Father's Way from 2009, and I stopped doing the series probably up around 2013 or something like that. But every now and then on Father's Day, I think it's time for us to bring it back and try to work this thing out. Work out the problems that we may have with our father, or just the questions that we may have. Now, unfortunately, and I want to give a rest in peace to all of the people out here who have lost their father. And one of the biggest problems with a lot of people who have lost their fathers is that not only have they lost their father, but they may have lost their father before they ever got a chance to be able to establish, to build, to cement a relationship with him. Or there may have been circumstances that stopped y'all from being able to discover each other, to keep him from getting to know you, and to keep you from getting to know him. And even more unfortunate in that situation, in that circumstance, is that many of those people who are faced with that situation are fathers themselves. In most situations, people would say that in order to gain experience in and in a certain field, you would have to be tutored by somebody in that field. In most situations, we would say that. In most situations, we would say, well, how can you learn? How can a man who was never raised by a father learn how to be a good father? Don't good fathers come from good fathers? Don't good mothers come from good mothers? And yeah, it would be, reasonable to say that. But it just doesn't hold that much weight, and it doesn't have to be the case. You don't have to be raised by a father to learn what a good father should be and how he should act and what he should do. You don't have to. It would help. It would help to get that kind of coaching. It would help to get that kind of teaching. It would help to get that kind of experience. It would help to get that kind of love. It would help to get that kind of rearing. It would help to get that kind of tutelage. It would definitely help. Do you have to have it? Evidently not. I know plenty of men who didn't grow up with their fathers and became very, very good fathers, loving fathers, informative fathers, nurturing fathers, good guiders and providers. I know plenty. Because I think what they had more than anything else is a desire to be that way. They wanted it. And that's the thing about being a dad that we can't allow to slip through the cracks. In order to be a good father, you have to want to be a good father. It's a practice. You have to get in there. It's not a spectator sport. You got to get in there and try some shit. You may not always be right. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to be wrong sometimes. But you got to get back in there. Try again. Recognize your shortcomings, your mistakes. Recognize your weaknesses and try to shore them up. Ask questions. Seek out your resources. Be present. You have to be in the moment. So we're going to talk about what it means to be a father in 2020. What kind of job do we have to do as fathers in 2020? What's good? 2020, baby. What's good in 2020? Kyle Chamberlain says, I am not anyone's father. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I knew you wouldn't take that type of approach. Appreciate me, some you. Yes, I do. T. Carey Wright is in the house. Appreciate you too. Charlene Curry. Charlene Curry. What's going on, Charlene? How you feeling, Charlene? Yeah. Like we get one day a year. We get a 1 day a year. And that's the one day that a lot of people don't bend over backwards, make sure that they go to the store and take care of before all of the presents and trinkets and things are gone. Father's Day ain't one of those days where people put everything aside. Father's Day. Look, if you get a tie, pair of socks, and a cookout, get a cookout. All right, Daddy, we gonna cook out today. What you want? What we have to put on the grill today for your aunt? What we gonna do for your papa? I got you. One day nonstop. We can go back to beef and fighting, all the arguments and all the questions and all the suggestions that I think would be suffice for you to be the better father in my life. But not today, I'm gonna hold you down. But not today, I'm gonna hold you down. But not today, I'm gonna hold you down. And for today, I'm glad you around. And I'm not saying that to say that nobody appreciates their father. I'm not saying that at all. But that there's a clear difference. When Mother's Day comes around, people be making sure that they get their mom a present. They be making sure that they honor her memory. They be making sure that they don't show up to the crib empty-handed if she's still around. You hear all of the songs. I'll always love my mama. She's my favorite girl. I'll always love my mama. She brought me in this world. Ooh, talking about mama. And there's nothing wrong with it. I don't have no problem. I'm not jealous of Mother's Day, but we go out of our way for Mother's Day. We don't, a lot of people don't go out of their way on Father's Day, especially in the Black community, because the Black community is a question mark a lot of times in Father's Day is a question mark. Well, fathers are a question mark a lot of times in the Black community. I'm not saying that people don't know who their father is, but a lot of people don't know who their father is. I know plenty of people, unfortunately, whose father is somewhere alive and breathing in this world, and they don't know where he is. They never met him. They only know, like, let's say you were born down south or anywhere, and you know, you and your mom, y'all moved over here or over there, down there, up there, whatever, and your dad didn't come. Maybe he was active in the younger years of your life, or maybe your mom was running from your dad for whatever reason. Whatever was going on, it was some grown man shit. It was some grown folk shit. And you never got a chance to establish a relationship with your father. You didn't, it wasn't a situation where you used to go down and spend summers with him. It wasn't a situation where he came to visit you, where you got to know his side of the family, where you knew all your cousins. You had your grandmother on your paternal side. Maybe it wasn't a situation like that, but your mom spoke about your dad sometimes, or somebody else knew about your dad and they spoke about him sometimes. Like, yo, you ever talk to, I've never talked to your dad. You know, he still live in Tennessee. He still live down south. He still live in Kentucky. He still live down Georgia. He still live in Florida. He's still over there in New Orleans. He's still wherever. You ain't never talked to him, or the last time, or the first time you ever talked to him, the first and the last time you ever talked to him, you was so young. You ain't even know how to act around your own daddy. But y'all didn't build that relationship. You never got a chance. So anyway, now here you are grown. And it may be a situation where you've lost your mom. Your mom passed. Your dad is all you have left. And you ain't even got him because y'all have been estranged. Y'all have been separated from each other. It's a tough situation. I know. I get it. I get it. So what does it take for a father to be a father in 2020? What do you have to do, Dad? What you going to do? You know, like, and we have a pandemic going on. Excuse me. We have all of this civil unrest going on. Racial disparity. That ain't nothing new. But we have a big problem with it right now. Millennials, young people, Generation Y. They running around here. You know, first they was thinking that there wasn't no such thing as racism. Now it's staring them right in the face. It's mushing them right in the face. How does a dad handle that? How do you teach your son? How do you teach your daughter? How do you teach your babies how to protect themselves? Not just physically protect themselves, because they're not always going to be in that situation where that's the case. But how do you teach them how to protect their soul, how to protect their nature, how to protect their honor, how to protect their integrity, how to protect their values, how to protect their morals, how to protect their sense of self, how to protect their love? How do you do it in 2020? How do you teach your children in 2020 how to protect the love that they have inside for their brothers and their sisters? How do you do it? How does it get done? Come on, Dad, because that's actually your job. That's actually your job. If you want to talk about what a father does, a father should show you, he should guide you on how to become a man, or how to identify a man when you see him. how to flush out the difference between a man and a male. That's what your dad is supposed to be there for. And he does that through a series of actions. He has to have integrity himself. He has to be responsible himself. He has to be present himself. He has to be creative himself. He has to be loving himself. He has to be assertive and steadfast himself. He has to be consistent himself. He has to be respectable and respectful himself. He has to do those things. Consistency, making sure that you know how he is, not all wishy-washy and flighty and all out there and all over the place and scatterbrained. And even if he is that way, he still has to be dependable. He has to present himself in a way that you know that you can come to him and get what you need. Whether what you need is money, whether what you need is guidance, whether what you need is protection, whether what you need is the good word, the good motherfucking word. Your dad should always be able to give you the good word. 2020, it's a whole different ball game. Or is it? Is 2020 a whole different ball game? Let's get into it, y'all. We can call it. You can call in. You know what I'm saying? You know, if the spirit gets to hitting you. 319-527-6199. That's the number to call. I said 319-527-6199. Yes, yo. I said 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby. Yeah, get your shine, baby. Yeah, get your shine, baby. Father's Day, don't let them fall behind, baby. Yeah, get your shine, baby. Yeah, get your shine, baby. Yeah, get your shine, baby. 319-527-6199, baby. So that's how we doing on the Urban Therapy with Sun show this morning. Y'all be calling. Listen, I want to cover. I have so many things to talk about this morning as far as father is concerned, because it's a sensitive topic for me. It is. It's a sensitive topic for me, and it was a sensitive topic for me even before I became a father, because I believe it. I believe in black men, number one, and I believe in black fathers. I do. And I do believe that we have many challenges to overcome, and I do believe that we have the tools in order to be able to do it. All we need is each other. And I don't think that we utilize each other enough as a resource to be able to do a better job. But we have to do a better job, because you can see the evidence of when the job is not done correctly. You think that we would have all of these gangsters, these Bloods and Crips and gangster disciples and vice lords and whatever, Latin kings and all of this shit. Do you think that we would have gangs out here acting a fool out there, talking about protecting their turf and protecting drugs and all of that kind of stuff if we had good fathers? Do you think that it would be that way? It wouldn't be that way. Your father gives you a reason not to need that shit, because he's going to show you how to work and make a decent wage and value your women and raise your babies and have self-respect. That's what his job is. That's what his job is. So because we don't have enough men out here, we don't have enough fathers out here doing that job, you see the result. Wilding, killing, stealing, gang banging, fighting for nothing. Man, listen. T. Carey Wright says Zuri was waiting for you to do your beat shit. Yeah. Man, fuck that thing. Yeah, check this out, Zuri. Fuck that. Father's Day, Father's Way. Father's Day, Father's Way. Father's Day, Father's Way, baby. Father's Day, Father's Way, baby. You gotta have an old head in your life to show you how to get kids and a wife. You gotta have an old head that'll guide you and make sure you got the man inside you. And if you don't have that shit, it's gonna be hard out here for a young kid. And I don't want to be like that, but it's something got to do with. I'm up the bat. First it's not gonna stop. I'm glad to have a dad and a pop up. Rest in peace to my dad. He passed in 2010 and I was mad not missing so. He loved the hell out of it was real. And I'm glad to tell them how I feel. Rest in peace. Henry Roscoe Blue. You know what I'm saying? I love, we spend every Father's Day together. Me and my dad. I'm going to go see my dad, after the show and all that kind of shit. But, like I said, you wouldn't have these cats out here wilding out. You ain't going to tell me that the prison population would be what it is today among young black men, or black men in particular, if we had fathers out here. Because a father is going to show you how to avoid jail, avoid prison, avoid going back and forth to court. Because that's his job. So when you have a vacancy of an executive position and nobody there to fill it, well, everybody who comes under the executive doesn't have any guidance. Who's running the fucking company? Samaj Network is all up in the house. What's going on, my brother? Happy Father's Day to you. Word. Happy Father's Day to you, my brother. Word up. So, yeah. So, Father's Day, Father's Way. Yeah, I feel some kind of way about it. We wouldn't have all this gang shit. We wouldn't have all this violent shit. We wouldn't have to sell drugs in order to make it out here. Now, part of the problem is the fathers of the fathers that are fucked up was fucked up because of the absence of the fathers of the fathers of the fathers. It's a generational thing. And we like to talk about how back in the day the fathers were home. No, they wasn't. Stop lying. We got to stop lying to ourselves. We got to stop. We've had problems in the black community dealing with our fathers since slavery. We got to deal with that. No, it's not something that just happened back in the day. No, that's not old news. No, that's not the past. It's the past, the present, and it will be the future if we don't recognize it. The false propaganda campaign telling us that, that the welfare system took the father out of the home. That's a fucking lie. If your father was in the home, you wouldn't need no welfare. How you gonna need welfare when you got an able-bodied man going out and hustling and working and busting his ass to take care of his family? You ain't gonna need no welfare if that's the case. What is you talking about? The fuck is you talking about? We're not using our head. That's simple logic. How are you going to need to be on relief, which is welfare, DPA, DPW, whatever the fuck you want to call it, a county check? How are you going to need that when your man gets up off his ass, kisses you goodbye, hugs his children, and says, I'll be home after work? I don't care how much he makes. If he's going out every day, he's going to make a way. That's why we calling this show Father's Day, Father's Way, because that's what men do. That's what men do. And that's definitely what you do as a father. If having children don't make you get up off your ass, get up, get out, and do something, then what the fuck is going to do it? Pussy? Possibly. But you giving that money away. When it comes to you being a dad, you are building your own kingdom, your empire. You are fueling. You are prolonging your existence. You are fueling your lineage. That's what it's about. So yeah, I ain't trying to ask shit. Yeah, welfare, push the black man out of the family, out of the house. No, the fuck he didn't. Because any man that I hide in the closet or next door so you can get a fucking bullshit ass check that guarantees that you gonna be poor. He ain't no man. He sure ain't no father. Shit, being on welfare proves that you're poor. That's what it does, son. It's ironclad, undeniable proof that you are poor. Poor. No, not broke. Poor. Poor. You do not take care of yourself. You do not feed yourself, clothe yourself, take care of your health yourself, or house yourself. The state does that for you. I'm not trying to diss nobody, but hey, sometimes it has to be put out there in simple language so we get it, because we ain't getting it. But you ain't gonna tell me that welfare is solely responsible for the man not being home, because the man shouldn't have been at home on his ass. Shit. Two people on their ass ain't no better than one. Two bad minds ain't no better than one. So nah. So many of us come from situations like that, where the dad wasn't really there. Mommy and daddy wasn't really together. Maybe there was some static, some confusion about whether he was really your daddy or not. Maybe your mom and your dad was involved in some kind of love triangle or some kind of love square. You know? You wasn't really supposed to be here because daddy ain't had no business messing around with your mom. That kind of shit. But nonetheless, Dad, you got to make it right. Yeah, you might have got the mother and the sister pregnant. Fuck it. They got brothers, I don't know, whatever you call them. You got to hold it down, though. Yeah, y'all was involved in some slimy freak shit. Well, guess what? You gave birth to a freak or some freaks. It is what it is. It is what it is. And they have the potential to be as great as you are or as bad as you are. And they have the right to witness how good or bad they can be. They have a right. Every child has a right to have both of his parents into his life. He was created, or she was created by two parents, and they have a right to have both of those parents in their life. Father's Day, Father's Way, y'all. Father's Day, Father's Way. It is what it is. That's what we're talking about this morning. So, wait. Charlene says, back in the day, all my friends' dads were in the house, were in the home. Let me ask you something, Charlene. Were those houses or were those apartment homes? It does make a difference. It does. It makes a difference. Because I've noticed that even around my way, when I was growing up, fathers was in the home too. But for my friends who lived in apartments, and Charlene says houses, there's a difference. I mean, you need a man in the house. Who gonna fix shit? You know, sometimes men don't know how to fix shit. But shit, you know what I mean? We talking about Father's Day. We'll duct tape some shit. We'll duct tape some shit. Pipe leaking. Turn all the water off. Duct tape that motherfucker. But Dad, it's spilling. Put a bucket under that bitch. All right, Dad, we need some more tape. All right, we're going to keep taping. Some more tape on that motherfucker longer than the pipe. Tape on it longer than the pipe, but fuck it. Father's Day, Father's Way. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we can't fix the pipe right now. I don't have no torch. I don't have no solder. I don't have no flux. I don't have nothing. But I got this duct tape. We gonna we gonna keep the water flowing. You know, Father's Day, Father's Way. A man will make a way. A man will make a way for his family. You have to make a way for your family. Word up. Word up. Shirley Sure, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. She says, glorious afternoon, and everyone. Is it the last day of Gemini season already? No, that was yesterday. No, you twin. Your last day was yesterday. This is the first day of Cancer. And I'm not trying to hear that cusp shit. Okay, you can have the cusp thing. Yeah, a little cusp thing. Okay. A little cusp. Got a little cusp thing going on. But it's Cancer time. Cancer. 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 All right. But yeah, yeah, man, you know, like I said, a lot of people feel like they've been cheated out of the experience of having their fathers in their lives, and I feel their pain. But like I said, you know, I know I'm hard on men or whatever, but if anything, I'm harder on the lies than I am on the truth. I'm easy on the truth. Well, sometimes I'm hard on the truth too, but I'm definitely hard on the lies. We got to stop this. We got to stop this treadmill of false beliefs that we can be all right. You know, you hear so many people. I've heard men say it. It made me a little sad. Oh, hold on. Comedian Sergio Santana. What's going on, Serge? I ain't even paying attention to the Instagram side. What's going on? Antoinette Page. What's going on? It's like my niece. What's going on? How you feeling, man? All right. But yeah. So when we like I said, I'm harder on the lies because we gotta stop bullshitting each other. We gotta stop lying to ourselves like it was like things were so much better before and talking about we need to get back to that. But when we was at that, we wasn't running around here like we was winning the Super Bowl or whatever, because it wasn't like that. I'm not saying that it's never been good, but well, you know it ain't never been good, right? I mean, you know, like, I check it out, right? Remember the movie Color Purple, right? Now I know it was only a movie, but it was also a book, right? Color Purple. You see how Mr. was? Now he found a way to take care of his children, but he wasn't exactly the loving father and understanding, guiding father. You know what I mean? He was a nigga from down south, hillbilly. Well, he didn't live in the, you know, hey, look, it's Tennessee. As far as I'm concerned, anybody who live in Kentucky, West Virginia, Tennessee is a hillbilly. This shit, the Appalachians ain't no joke. And you know they wild as hell. I mean, wild. That Midwest South, that shit off the chain. Off the chain. But yeah. So you know, we have to stop fooling ourselves like it was all hunky dory. One thing that movies like Color Purple taught us and showed us was that, look, listen, we've been struggling with this shit for a minute. We've been struggling with fatherhood for a minute. It ain't new. Now, maybe more men did try to hang in there and be a father back in the day. Maybe they were more dedicated. And somehow our mental slavery crossed over to make us even worse, because we've been known to get worse. We always know how to get worse. I don't understand why, but it's true. We know how to get worse. But but it's not going to be worse in every situation that we see. Every circumstance that we encounter is not going to always be bad. It's not always going to be something that we wish that we never saw. It's something that we hope to avoid. It's not always going to be like that. We just have to pay attention to the situations where that is the case, and there are far too many areas where there is a case. You know, Charlene Curry, Charlene Curry. Maybe that's the key. Maybe black people need to stop moving into apartments. I mean, we need houses. You know, even greedy, no good, lazy men, lazy, no good, shiftless, selfish men. You know, they'll give a woman who has her own house a play. Like having your own crib, having your own place, apartment, it's whatever. I ain't trying to pay that rent. But you got a whole house, like, you mean like I could have my own man cave? You mean like, we could have cookouts on the, in the backyard, front yard, lawn? Really? Huh. It can make a difference. It can make a difference for sure. But also, children who are raised in a house, in a home setting, a house setting, they seem to be a little bit different. Just a little bit different. There's an air of stability in a house. I mean, how long do you expect to live in an apartment? Think about it. You probably don't expect to live in an apartment for a long time. Some people do, but you're not going to want to raise your children that way. Some people do, but it's just a little different. It's a lot different, actually. Come over to my house. The house. Come over to the crib. Help me do things in the crib. Like in an apartment, you're not really going to have things that you're going to do because you have to get permission from the landlord to do certain things in a house, like even things like put holes in the wall in order to hang pictures and things like that, or paint. Maybe you want your apartment to be a certain color. You have to make sure that that's not a violation of your lease before you go get that paint mixed and and paint the inside of your crib like a cow pattern, black and white. And I'm a sucker for the cow pattern of black and white. I love that shit. I don't know what it is, but I do. Yeah, but that's what we're working with. That's what we're working with. So when we talk about Father's Day, Father's Way, when we talk about what's that? Oh, no, what's that? JJTPO. Hold on, let me get my shit. Yeah, I can't see worth shit nowadays. Let me see. Yeah, JJTPO. What's going on, man? Says some money up in the house. How you feeling, my G? Good to see me, some you. You know what I mean? Thanks for coming through. I appreciate it. But yeah. When we talk about Father's Day, Father's Way, when we talk about the direction that we really want to go towards, when we talk about being a father, and when we talk about what it means to the community. If you want to, like I said, I'm a sucker for the cow pattern in the crib. In an apartment, you can't just do that kind of shit. Mess around and lose your security deposit. Nobody likes to lose their security deposit when they move out of an apartment. Plus, most people want their children to grow up in a house, where they have their own room, their own shit, chores, whatever. Yeah, definitely allergies, Emily, but not just allergies. I got a coke habit that I got to deal with, a little coke habit. But I'm still trying to be a good father. My brother Ansel Jones. My brother Ansel Jones. He says putting up a small fence around the bottom floor apartment. Yeah. Word up. Word up. But yeah, I want to talk. I want to take some time out to talk about fathers and Father's Day as it pertains to Daddy's Girl. The Daddy's Girl. Every time I hear a woman refer to herself as the Daddy's Girl, it makes me happy. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, that's a spot that's cemented normally early in a woman's life, a young woman's life. And if it remains, you can see the difference. You can see the difference in how she deals with men. You can see the difference. Because if she was a daddy's girl, that means that her dad was her first hero. That means that she actually listened to what he had to say. That means that like he was ever present in her mind. That means that she was able to depend on him. That means that she knew that he cared. That means that she felt protected and loved, revered, and valued, and wanted, and dear. And more than likely, she'll look for a man that does the same thing for her. I'm not saying that the man that she chooses will be perfect or will be in his exact image, but more than likely. Oh yeah, Carol, this little coke habit. Don't worry about me though. You know what I mean? I could stop anytime I wanted to. But what I mean, it's Father's Day, so I should be able to sniff all the coke that I can afford. As a matter of fact, for those of y'all who care about me, send me some virtual coke through my inbox. Put some virtual coke in my inbox. You know what I mean? Send me a key. Don't be cheap. So Emily in the chat says being in a home is why I told my son that being in the home we grew up in was best to raise his daughter, and he actually listened and did that. It's okay for the rest. I mean, it's okay for the best. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. So 2020, we're talking about a daddy's girl. How are you a daddy's? How do you create a daddy's girl, or how do you be a girl dad in 2020? What does it take? You know what I'm saying? The pandemic going on and civil unrest and racial disparity and disunity, police brutality, bad politics. How do you become a good father? How do you do a good job as a father in 2020? What do you have going on? You know what I mean? Because evidently, this is much bigger. This is much bigger than trips to amusement parks and other social activities, outings, and things like that. Now is a time where you got to talk to your seeds. Where you gotta make sure that they are ingrained with the stuff that's going to help them to be able to prolong their survival, whether it's in your absence or not. You understand? You underdig? Okay, I was talking about something. I'll help you, but I ain't sending you that. I want some coke. I'm gonna see my mama. She'll get me some coke. Man, black people always trying to stop somebody from sniffing coke. Ansel Jones says my father-in-law was my ROTC instructor, junior ROTC instructor. Also lived on the same block. That's what's up. TK Wright says I have a daddy's girl on the back window of my car. Fathers are so important. What up, D Young? Thanks for coming through. And thanks for the Father's Day shout out. Appreciate it. So it's good to hear. It's good to hear y'all say that fathers are important, because I hear too many men and women say that you don't need a dad, you don't need a father to grow up. I've heard men say that shit, and I'm like, damn, son. It's like, what do you mean? Well, I grew up with a father, and I turned out all right. It's not about turning out all right. You don't know what you could have done if you had a father. You know, you might have got some ass at 16 instead of having to wait till you was 19 if you had a father. Or something. What up, S. Cook? S. Cook all up in the house. How you doing? Thanks for coming through. I appreciate you too. But yeah. You know, people be talking about something, you know, I don't really need a father, you know. At least none of y'all ain't come on here, and I don't want to jinx it. At least ain't nobody come on here and say happy Father's Day to all the mothers who had to be fathers. You know, that shit. That shit right there. That's what I would expect in 2020. Hey, let me ask y'all a serious question. I was thinking about this. Do you think that the pandemic has actually increased the worth and value of fatherhood during this time? Have fathers gotten a boost, an increase in their level of respectability? A lot of people had to be home with their dad. If he got laid off, he had to make a way. And we got a chance to witness this shit. Like, all right, you got laid off, Dad. What you gonna do? Maybe during this pandemic, maybe Dad got a chance to teach us some shit that he hadn't been teaching us before. Maybe we got a chance to ask him some questions that we hadn't gotten a chance to ask him before. Maybe we got a chance to bond in a way that we hadn't gotten a chance to do before. Shit. I know one thing, and I'm not saying that this is symbolic of or any type of evidence that fathers were being better, but the videos, even if the videos that people were making, even if they were just funny videos and playing around or whatever, I saw a lot of women bitching about their kids being home during this time and all of that, and you know how they couldn't wait till the kids went back to school, and they need to get them out of the house. I didn't see any videos with men bitching about like, yo, I'm home with these kids, tired of my girl, you know what I mean, my wife tripping, blah 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 blah. I didn't see men bitching about being home during the pandemic. Maybe y'all did, but I didn't see that. Does that mean anything? Maybe yes, maybe no, maybe not, maybe so. But I'm wondering and I'm hoping that because men had to be home, maybe not all the time, but maybe a significant portion of the time, maybe they had to make a way. Maybe they had to do some fly shit. Maybe they had to show their hand and show what they could do in a different way. Maybe. D Young says, my stepfather was the best. He never looked at me as a step. He would always introduce me as his baby girl. That's what's up. Well, you don't have to be a biological father to be a father. A father, as I've been taught, is one who furthers knowledge. You are a father because you further knowledge. In other words, if I teach you something, if I show you how to survive, if I give you words of wisdom, if I show you a way to make a better way for yourself, then I have fathered you. You are my son. You are my son or my daughter. And if I'm consistent with that, if I'm dependable, if you can come to me and be sure that I'm gonna help you out every time. Not saying that I'm gonna give to you every time, but I'm gonna make sure that you get the help that you need every time. And I'm gonna put you in a position to be able to help yourself. I'm your father. Just like a woman is your mother if she nurtures you. You know, that's what women do instinctively, naturally. They have a nurturing spirit. It's not that men can't nurture, but they're more guiders. They guide. This is the way you do it. This is the way you go. This is the direction that you go into. That's why some men don't like to use directions. Nah, I know the way. I know y'all be clowning that shit. But at least when men don't be asking for directions or whatever, you get to see more of the countryside and other sites that you wouldn't have seen if he'd have used that map. And by the way, using a map is very easy. It really is. I remember we used to use maps when we used to go on long trips. Somebody in the passenger seat is reading the map. All right, we have to go. This is how you get from Philadelphia to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. All right, we have to get on first we have to get on 676, which is the expressway. Then we get on 76. Going west. You go take 76 west all the way out past Pittsburgh, all the way past Beaver Falls. Beaver Falls is the last exit until you get to Ohio. So 76 turns into Route 80. You take Route 80 until you get to Route 90. Route 90 Route 80 takes you through Ohio, and Route 90 takes you up to Indiana. You take you take Route 90 up to Indiana, and 90 will take you from Indiana to Illinois. 90 will turn into 94. Well, you have to take Route 94. Route 94 actually goes from damn near Maine all the way to Washington. I'm talking about the whole north side of the United States. From Maine to Washington, the state of Washington. So you take 94, and 94 will take you from Illinois to Wisconsin. From when you get to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, you get off of 94 to Route 43, and Route 43 takes you into the city of Milwaukee. That's what it is. You take that's how you get from Philadelphia to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. If you stayed on 94, then it'll take you over to Minnesota. From Minnesota over to, I think, one of the Dakotas, Montana, whatever the fuck. It'll take you all the way to Washington. Take you all the way to the West Coast till you jump in the Pacific. Did that with maps. Maps. It's not hard. It ain't hard. as Cook says, they are very important, and it's a shame that some dads refuse to be daddies. Well, it's never too late. One thing I do not do is give up on a man who is a father, because a lot of people believe that if you don't get it done while they're young, then you can never get it done. I bet you one thing, you still need it when you get older. There's never going to be a time when you don't need it. And there's nothing in this world that a man can't fix as long as a man is still alive. And my daddy taught me that. You got two arms, two working arms, two working legs, and a head on your shoulders. You can fix some shit. There ain't nothing that you can't fix as long as you still here to fix it. Now, when you close your eyes for the last time, you ain't fixing nothing. So hopefully you fixed everything before you closed them. But while they still open, you can get it done. If you can't get it done physically, you can arrange for somebody else to get it done physically, but you can get it done. So it's like it's nice, it's beautiful that you're there for your son or your daughter's first birthday party, or when they first take their steps, and when they go to school, first day of school, whatever. All of that's nice. And a lot of women will tell you, you missed everything. You missed everything. You know what I mean? You weren't there for these milestones. Okay? You're right. For whatever reason, he may not have been there. But I bet you this, because he wasn't there, she needs him to fill in those blanks. There are going to be other milestones. So it's a good thing that our children don't die at age 6 or whatever, because it still goes on, and you can always make up for lost time. So yeah, he might have dropped the ball on it for the time being, but he can get back. He can get back and fix that situation. But he has to want to fix the situation, and he also has to have a support system of the child, and possibly the mother of the child, to make sure that it's okay for him to come back. Because in all situations, he ain't eligible to come back. Like, nope, you out, you staying out. Father's Day, Father's Way. It's a situation. It's a bad situation in our community. Not enough men. Definitely not enough fathers. We don't have enough real men. We don't have enough active fathers. So we got a bunch of Bloods. We got a bunch of Crips. We got a bunch of gangster disciples. We got a bunch of vice lords. We got a bunch of Latin kings. We got a bunch of bullshit. We got a bunch of crime. We got a bunch of destruction. We got a bunch of self-hate. We got a bunch of lack of ambition, drive, and positivity. I do blame fathers for that, because evidently mothers can't fix that. I'm not saying that she doesn't give anything, because we know that she unequivocally gives everything that she has. But there's some things that a woman can't do. And evidently, that's one of them. Now, I ain't gonna get into all of that shit about, well, a woman can't raise a boy to be a man. Well, I don't think that that's true. She just can't raise a boy to be a man from a man's perspective. What she can do is she can raise a boy to know what a woman looks for in a man. She can do that. But the thing is, she has to like men her goddamn self. She has to respect men her goddamn self. She has to believe in men her goddamn self. If that's not the case, she ain't gonna push that envelope. Instead of saying, well, listen, this is the way that a man is supposed to be. A man is supposed to be dependable. A man is supposed to be respectable. A man is supposed to have integrity. A man is supposed to be strong. A man is supposed to be protective. A man is supposed to be there. He's supposed to hold it down. He's supposed to be a good planner. He's supposed to be a good provider. He's supposed, and provider means more than just giving money. It means providing whatever we need. A man is supposed to be resourceful. She can teach him those things. She can teach him how to be the type of man that she was raised by if she loved and respected that man or those men. If it wasn't her father, it could be her uncle, it could be her granddad, it could be anybody. And she can show her son how to be like that. She just can't show him how to be like that from a man's perspective. So, but I would rather her show her young man how to be like men that she respects, rather than to constantly tell him what kind of man he's not going to be. You know, you ain't going to be this kind of man. You ain't going to be that kind of man. You ain't going to do this. You ain't going to be like your dad. You ain't going to do this. You ain't going to be like your dad. You ain't going to do this. You ain't going to be like your dad. You ain't going to be like your dad. You ain't going to never be that. You ain't going to be disrespectful women. You ain't going to be bad. You ain't going to be having all these kids around like his father had. You ain't going to be doing nothing. You ain't going to be doing this, that, and the third. You going to be the best. Word. You can't. That's why we need fathers. That's why we need men to counteract all of that kind of shit. Because a woman's anger towards men will have her teaching her son all kinds of bullshit. On purpose and by mistake. Just like a man who doesn't love or respect women will teach his sons or anybody else how to be disrespectful towards women. He won't teach him any good things about a woman. Yeah, these bitches, you gotta watch out for these bitches, these hoes. They don't care about nothing. Listen, you know, when you got the money coming in, that's when they'll be down with you. But other than that, blah 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 blah, and you make sure you get a DNA test for these kids if you have one, by because you know what I mean. These bitches, these bitches, these hoes, these bitches. That's why we need. That's why it's important for children to have both parents. But now I'm not going to tell y'all that a woman can't raise a boy to be a man. She just can't raise a boy to be a man from a man's perspective. She don't have that kind of equipment. You don't have to have a dick in order to be a man. It's like, yes, you do. What I meant was you don't have to have a dick in order to raise a boy to be a man. You just can't be a dick. That's it. Arcel Jones says, okay, wait a minute, hold on. T. Carey Wright says, I would say that the pandemic has highlighted things that fathers are willing to do for their children. How nurturing they've been toward their physical or mental development. But you didn't spell there right. But don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Don't even worry about that shit. Ansel Jones says, if condoms had been instructions, if condoms had instructions, it still would be it still would be the less children in the world. I don't know. Ansel Jones says, who was taught how to use a condom? I wasn't. I was. But the funny thing about it is my mom gave me condoms. 12 years old. She was like, listen. I know I already see them little girls coming around you now. Like, look, we not doing the grandmother thing on no early shit. Plus, you ain't gonna be coming through here burning and shit. So she gave me the condoms. 12 years old. I was like, yeah, just to keep them in my wallet. It wasn't nothing but a bragging point. I wasn't fucking like that. You know what I mean? It wasn't. But you know, at 12, I'm not even sure if I was fitting the condoms yet. I was like, yo, this hole in this condom kind of big. But we turned all that around. But you know, I mean, nonetheless, you know, it's a funny thing. My mom was the one who warned me about women, not my dad. My mom was the one. She was like, look, these chicks out here will take advantage of you. They have you thinking all kinds of ways. My mom was a G. Still is. She was like, nah, you ain't going for the okie doke. I remember, I never forget the time I played around like this girl that lived out West Philly was pregnant by me. She was like, she pregnant by you. She was like, what about the condoms? And I was like, I know, mom, but like the condom broke. I think I said some dumb shit. And she said, you know, first I had her attention. She was taking it seriously. Like, wait a minute. Well, how far gone she's saying she is? I said, I fucked up and said 1 month. She went to the doctor. I said, she went to the doctor to get an X-ray of something, and they saw the baby on the X-ray. She was like, what? I said, yeah, that's what happened. She said, that's what she told you? I said, yeah. She said, Omar, in 1 month, a 1 month pregnancy, that baby, the egg is about as big as a pinhead. You can't see that on no X-ray. I was like, damn. I was like, well, that's what she told me, mom. She said she's pregnant by me. She said, oh yeah? Who is it? And so she thinking about the girls who used to call the crib. She's like, which one of them is it? And I was like, Rasheen. She's like, Rasheen? The little girl that lived out West Philly around your brother? Okay. When she called here, I got some questions to ask her. I was like, oh shit. This chick Rasheen wasn't having no. I hadn't even had sex with her. You know what I'm saying? It was actually never going to go down because Rasheen had an A cup, and I think at this time I was 16, like 15 or 16, some shit like that, like an A cup, like. Anyway, like my mom, she you know, from playing around with her like that. Oh, by the way, when I told her, I said, Mom, I'm only playing. She didn't tell me that. She was like, When she called here, me and her gonna have a talk. Because I ain't going for that. She didn't believe that, you know, I was just playing. I was like, Mom, I'm serious. But no, we good. Like, all right, don't play with me. Because we not doing that. Oh man. Let me see. Wait. Shirley Shore says, on the flip side, a man can teach his children to, and not say you're acting like your mother or things like that. When men are resentful towards women, they'll teach that way. When women are resentful towards men, they'll teach that way. And that's a problem. And that's why there are so little Father's Day gifts And that's why there's so many Mother's Day gifts. That's why. It is what it is. Myself says, I know I would flip out if my daughter told me she was pregnant and didn't know by who. Man, listen. Unfortunately, unfortunately, many a father has had to deal with the fact that the little girl was a hoe. I'm sorry. I apologize. But many a man has had to face the fact. Now, the question is, was she a hoe because of him or because of the mama? It doesn't really matter because no woman, no man wants to have to deal with the fact. You know what I mean? Like, how you gonna have a shotgun ready? You know what I mean, to deal with these niggas that's trying to pluck the petals off your precious flower. How you gonna have a woman? How you gonna, as a father, have a little girl that's out there, you know what I mean, loosey goosey, and you trying to act like you don't see? Like, nope, my little girl ain't like that. Nope, she don't be riding like that. I said, nope, she is pure as the drip of snow. Nope, she wouldn't ever let him in. I said, nope. Many a father has had to deal with that situation. And it's fucked up. It is. It's a hurting thing. True indeed. But it's just something that we have to deal with. It's something that we have to deal with. Emily says, Mama wasn't playing. No, she wasn't. She don't play to this day. Don't play to this day. Like, but I'm blessed. And I realize how blessed I am to have had two fathers growing up and to have a father right now. I realize my blessings are, man, through the roof. Through the roof. Through the roof. But it be like that sometimes. Yeah. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Let me check out a little something. All right. We about to do these birthday shout outs and then get on up out of here. We about to do these birthday shout outs and get on down. Get on down. It's all good. Love is love, baby. All right. All right, let's do it. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some people who were born on this glorious June 21st, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They are number one out the box. Go getter Sky Johnson, turning 51 years old today. Happy birthday to you, Sky Johnson. You know what I mean? I hope that today finds you good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. You rock on, and do the damn thing. And also Tina K. Happy birthday to you, Tina K. And Alicia Burns, turning 43 years old today. Happy birthday to you, Alicia Burns. You know, she has come on camera on the Daily Go Get a Mism show plenty of time. And Kurt Williams, turning 73 years old today. Happy birthday to you. And Cynthia Watford, turning 40 years old today, stomping here on the first day of cancer, turning 40 years old, fresh out your 30s, got a 40 ounce in the hand, a 40 in a hand. Bow, 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 bow. We gonna hold you down for 10 years, and it starts now. Happy birthday to you. And also Labiba Muhammad turning 40 years old today. Bow, bow. Nah, it ain't that fast. Okay. Bow, 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 bow. Semi-auto. Happy birthday to you. And also Amina Amotun. Wait. Amina Amotun. Omotunis. No. Omotun Nis. Adebayo. Shitu. Damn. Okay. Happy birthday to you, Amina. And also Tyraine McMillan turning 42 years old today. Tyraine McMillan and Sherilyn Harris. Happy birthday to you. And she's raising money for the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. And Kevin Williams, happy birthday to you. And my girl Delaware up in the house turning 56 years old today. My girl Deidre Gibbs. Deidre Gibbs all up in the house. That's my peoples right there. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious June 21st, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on it, do the damn, the rock out, rock on it, do the damn, rock out, rock on it, do the damn thing, and do your thing. Y'all represent the queens and kings and do your thing. Y'all represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, hey, yo, listen, I'm gonna tell you, eat op orc, yo, I'm gonna tell y'all like this: Father's Day, Father's Way, baby. We know that we have a shortage of men out here, and which means that we have a shortage of fathers out here. You know, a couple of things that we didn't get into while we were talking about this. You know, we lose a lot of men to the prison system. We lose a lot of men to death. We lose a lot of men to homosexuality. We didn't talk about that a lot. Well, we didn't talk about it at all. But, you know, we start talking about fathers. If we're losing a lot of men to homosexuality, we're not talking about fathers. And even if you are talking about fathers, you're not talking about effective fathers for the most part. A man needs to want to be with a woman in order to want to be a father. Can it be done without that? Yeah, but it's very unconventional, and it runs the risk of pointing a young man in the wrong direction. Now, when I say wrong direction, that may mean different things to different peoples, and I get that. I get all of that. That's cool. I get it. It's cool. It's whatever. It's all right. But nonetheless, we have things that we have to do. We have to get our ship up off the ground, the mothership, get it all the way up in the orbit. We have challenges, y'all. If your father's still alive, you know, you still have a chance to kick it with him. You still have a chance to form a relationship with him, and I would encourage everybody to do that. If your father's passed on, hopefully you had a good relationship with him when he was here. And if you didn't, you can still make peace with his spirit, because his spirit lives on forever, and so does yours. So you never know where the connection that you may make, or where you may make that connection, where it will go from here and all the way to infinity. 60 seconds. Peace to all the black men out there, all of the good fathers out there, all of the ones that were fathers on purpose, and the ones that mean it, and the ones that are staying in and ain't letting nobody push them out. Love is love. And happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to Samaj Network. Happy Father's Day to my man, Ansel Jones. Happy Father's Day to my father, the one that's alive, Milton McIntyre, and the one that's deceased, Henry Blue. And all my brothers that are fathers, and all my uncles, and all of my cousins, all of my friends, homies that I've grown up with, all of the ones that are making that fatherly impact on their family and in their communities. Salute to you. Love is love. We need y'all. We need y'all. When we say fruitful and multiply, when they say be fruitful and multiply, they didn't mean just having a bunch of kids. They mean taking care of the ones that you have so that they can be the type of people that we need them to be. But all that being said, man, I want to thank y'all for coming out. I hope y'all like listening to the show as much as I love broadcasting it to y'all. Thank y'all for letting me get my shit off. Appreciate it. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. Love y'all to death. I resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. So we out of here, y'all. I holler back at y'all. Right at the end. Yeah. Oh, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button. And don't forget to share the show. And that's all that I have to say about that. Yeah. Let's get up out of here.